Okay, hey scholars, it is Dr. V, and I am checking in really quickly. I actually have to get back to some writing of my own, but I wanted to check in to give a quick tip because I was in conversation recently with a few of my graduate students who are in the middle of our research course, our qualitative research course. And one tip that I wanted to provide or to remind people of, because you probably already know this, but sometimes we need reminders, especially when we're in the middle of researching, writing, or in the middle of our grad programs, right? The best tip I can give you as a writer who writes a lot um, is take a break from your writing. I think that sometimes as researchers, as writers, or we think about academic writing, especially as something that you're supposed to be doing all the time. And maybe at some point, I even contributed to that myth, right? You just write all the time. No, if anything, read all the time and write about what you've read. But the way that the brain works is that if you want to write, especially creatively, or if you want to increase your engagement with intuitive writing, right? Something that comes organically. I think that it's important for you to take breaks from your writing, from your research, from thinking too much overall, right? So, something that I suggested recently and something I want to suggest here is that as a writer, you have to give the brain the opportunity to connect old knowledge with new knowledge. Again, you're trying to give the brain the opportunity to connect old knowledge with newer knowledge. And so that connection, that moment of connection where the brain is stimulated, where new ideas, new thoughts, or I should say even potential for new ideas and new thoughts and innovativeness, creativity, whatever you want to call it, it actually comes from having a break between the already know or the here and the now and what's going to occur, what's new or what's going to happen in the future. So let me state that again. So basically, you want to give the brain the opportunity to connect old knowledge or what is already known, right? Even if it's in a dormant state, but what's already known with newer knowledge. So what you just recently learned. And so the way that the brain is able to connect the two, to think innovatively, to think creatively, to begin to build upon old ideas based off the new, right? New knowledge is you have to give it time. It's not a coincidence that some of our best ideas, like come in the shower when we're away from, stimuli around us. It's not a coincidence that sometimes these new ideas come early in the morning. But for graduate students or for researchers, for writers, it's important to just step away and enjoy the mundane. I have a confession. I have a confession. So I will step away from academic research or academic writing or academic reading, and I will actually read like fiction, or I would read like novels. In particular, I like to just read this is real facts. I will read Black women's novels like Toni Morrison, Alice Walker, um, Zora Neale Hurston is another favorite, but there are others too. I read memoirs. I will also read a lot of legal fiction, right? These like detective books, or okay, embarrassing. I will watch ratchet TV, okay? And by ratchet TV, I mean reality TV. That's all I have to do is look at like their makeup game or what clothes they're wearing, right? I don't have to think critically about some social issue or some social problem that, the actors are facing. And yes, I said actors for reality TV. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, when you're researching, when you're writing, especially academic research or academic writing, you have to take a break. So I recommend it to my graduate students, and now I'm recommending to you take some time off during the week. Like take a Friday evening off, take a whole Saturday off, take a Sunday off, whatever you have to do. And I promise you, when you jump back into your writing, you'll have an abundance of ideas and creative moments. Okay. All right. So just dropping in, Dr. V.